Hey guys, welcome back again to Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, where the proof is in the singing. I decided to do a vocal reaction to Christina Aguilera, and the song I chose was "Hurt." And I actually love this song. I love the picture. The video is actually very heartbreaking. Story about her dad. And I have some similar things with my dad. My dad left home when I was really young, and it was a very tough situation growing up. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and do that song now. I've done two versions of this. I want you guys to check out. I'll put it in the description. But I did a version with my student Gabriela Gunchikova, which is more in line and true to Christina's version. And then I did a metal version where I just kind of manned up to it and sang a real heavy doodly version of it too. So I'll put both URLs in the description so you guys can check them out. And let's rock. Here we go. Christina Aguilera, "Hurt."
Seems like it was yesterday when I saw your face.
Nice.
You told me how proud you were, but I walked away.
Nice velvety
If
tone.
only I knew what I know today. Ooh, ooh.
Beautiful.
I would hold you in my arms.
Okay, now right away, she does something Rihanna does and some of the newer pop singers. I would. She uses a raised laryngeal position, so it kind of sounds froggy. I know it's a stylistic thing, and it can be sexy. And some of my favorite singers, Paul Rodgers from Bad Company, Paul Carrack from Squeeze, other singers use it in the lower register. But they're going to have to drop that laryngeal position as they go up, or they're going to get caught in the throat, and it's going to reseat underneath the backside of the digastric muscle, which is that muscle right directly under the chin. So you're going to hear her go in and out of it. It's her style, and it's her signature, so to speak. But I just want to point that out. If you're trying to do this sound, drop that laryngeal, but the larynx, drop it as you go up, or you're going to get caught.
I would take the pain away. Thank you for all you've done. Forgive all your mistakes. There's nothing I wouldn't do to hear your voice again. Sometimes I wanna call you.
See, she goes, again. I want to, again. I want to get that mouth open. I don't want to, again. Thank you for all you've done. Right? I want to hear the pharynx, the mouth spread open more to get a little bit wider of a sound. We just did a Jennifer Hudson video here, and I'm not sure how I'm going to release these. Now, Jennifer goes really wide, real wide on this, and she's real narrow on the sound. I'd like to open it up just a little bit more. And I know she says that she's kind of modeled her voice after people like Etta James, but when you hear Etta's really open on the sound, and so Christina's not quite as open. I could see where she'd say that as far as some of her distortion and how she gets some of her grit and whatnot, that does sound a little bit like Etta, but not in the vowel placement, okay?
But I know you won't be there. Oh, I'm sorry for blaming you.
Now I want to point out one more thing. Guys, remember me talking about the ah vowel? She goes, I'm sorry for blaming you. Right? We keep the ah vowel open and we just make minor adjustments to that ah vowel very subtly to get other words out. Even though she's singing a lot of other words, she's still maintaining the ah vowel and slightly shifting those vowels to get the words out that she wants you to hear while maintaining good open throat ah vowel technique, okay? There's that froggy thing. Notice it. She had to drop it. Right?
Some days I feel broken inside, but I won't admit. Sometimes I just wanna hide, 'cause it's you I miss.
Flawless performance.
And it's so hard to say goodbye when it comes to this.
Cool. And again, great mixed voice back and forth. We just did this with Mariah. We just did this with Whitney Houston. We've talked all about crazy, amazing challenges between chest, head, and mix. And all these gals are pretty spot on in the way they're pulling this off. So that's awesome.
Would you tell me I was wrong? Would you help me understand? Are you looking down upon me? Are you proud of who I am? There's nothing I wouldn't do to have just
very emotional. I don't know if you guys can think about that, but if you lose a loved one, especially your parents, and it's really hard to sing something like that on stage. I know I wrote a song for my kids, and it's called Cherish the Moments. And you could look that up. It's a really pretty song. But I remember even singing that song, I had to hold back the tears. It was just so hard. And I can't imagine singing a song about losing your father and wishing you could see him again and that whole thing, and not getting all choked up and having a really tough time finishing the piece. So kudos to her for that, because that's a tough one. Way up for that one, man. In fact, I could go a step farther with that. When she, one of the things that I have not loved about her, so all you Christina fans out there, please don't hate me for saying this, but it seems like most of the time, songs like Beautiful and some others are exceptions to that, but most of the time she sings to show off her voice a lot. Mariah does that too. Whitney didn't do that so much, and I don't think Jennifer Hudson does that so much. So, and other singers like that. Jessie J's kind of splits the difference. She's got, some show off and some soul in it. But I get back to her, most of the stuff that Christina has done for me has been like just showing off melisma, vocal licks and tricks and, runs and whatnot. And it's in these kinds of songs I find her true passion and her true sensitivity and just artistry straight up, being able to present a story without messing it up with so many licks over. And even though there's a lot of licks here, I don't feel it's convoluting the storyline, which is great. Okay, here we go.
I'm sorry for blaming you for everything I just couldn't do, and I've had my say. Oh, if I had just one more day, I would tell you how much that I miss you.
I would tell you how much that I missed you since you've been away. I missed that. She's kind of ducking that line there. Oh well. Anyway.
Since you've been away, oh, it's dangerous.
Nice break. Nice change.
It's so out of line
Good song.
to try and survive.
Ooh, got off there a little bit. That's okay. Hey, one other thing I want to point out. When we did Mariah Carey and we did, Hero, excuse me. Notice that Mariah was able to maintain really good breath control, and she didn't get off of her game at any time. She always was in total command of how much breath she had left, how much she could use, how much she just came off of, and. Whereas I see Christina just a little bit struggling with the breath as far as maybe, I don't know, she might be nervous or some other things could be going on, but you can actually hear that she loses control of the breath just a little bit here and there. That's one example.
Sorry for blaming you for everything I just couldn't do, and I've had my say.
Okay, and by the way, it's really easy to sit here and critique some of the greatest singers in the world. I try to showcase some stuff with you guys and again, that's why I put all these, different versions that I've done and my students have done in my description, so you can see how my technique works and how it stacks up to some of these great singers. Because it's really easy just to sit here and make comments and chomp on this and talk about that and technicality and so forth. But it's another thing to actually prove it by singing. So I would love to see some of these other reaction coaches sing some of this stuff and show on their channels how they sing, and to authenticate that what they're teaching and what they're espousing as they make these comments and critiques, that they really know what they're talking about and they know how to walk you guys through the process. So, by the way, I have a singing course called How to Sing Better Than Anyone Else, and I do walk you through this stuff step by step. It's a huge course. It's like 80 hours of material, both video and audio, different stages on walking you through the process. And I even put together a singing forum that has over 20,000 people in there where I pay for it out of my pocket. It's not part of the course itself. I do it so that when people are doing the course and they can't take personal lessons, or that's too expensive, or they're on the road or whatever, they can get actually firsthand attention in the forums by posting songs. They can post what they're doing in the course, asking questions on if they're doing vowels right, or diaphragmatic support, or glottal compression, distortion, all kinds of different things that's in the forum. So anyway, I'm going to close out with this and we'll finish up here. Okay, very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, exceptional performance. So, anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me, Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, where the proof is in the singing. And until next time, peace out. Hey guys, if you like what you heard, please like and subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button. That will actually take you to another page where you want to click on the bell icon, and it opens up a menu, and the menu has notifications on it where there's a little box you can check where it says send me all notifications for this channel. Check the box and then click the save button and you'll get notifications from me every time I have a cool video come out. Okay? Thanks guys. Peace out.